All right, we live. We live. We
Hey,
live. We live. Breaking live, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
make sure y'all double tap that screen,
That's it. Double tap the screen.
smash this like button. Smash that like button. Let's go.
Yeah. Happy Monday to everybody. Hope everybody having a good Monday. But we got to get into it, man. We got to get into why the FBI is reconsidering the evidence that they put out because I believe they're catching so much black backlash because it's people on the internet that's doing way better investigation than the FBI is doing. And they're probably getting a lot of phone calls because a lot of things they put out just ain't add up. From the text messages to the video footage to the grainy pictures, none of it added up. So there's people that's piecing together, and connected the dots. Now the FBI had to announce. The FBI director Kash Patel had to announce on his X.com Twitter that they got to reconsider all the evidence that they presented versus the evidence that people are displaying online. So now they got to go back and look at everything. So
No
yeah,
more laziness, FBI. No
fact,
more cover ups. No more laziness.
right. And we got some footage of ourselves that we gonna show too as well because they haven't considered because you gotta think about it's over 3,000 people out there. Everybody got their cell phone cameras out, and it's cameras cameras around the premise, right? So they got to consider all that footage. Now, if it's over 3,000 people out there, everybody got these cell phone cameras on. You bound to catch every angle. You bound to catch every angle. So what we've been seeing flooded online from that been coming from that whole whole event. It's
It
camera.
contradicts the
Yeah.
the official story
Yep.
of where the shooter was angled at.
Right.
So it questions everything that the FBI been saying and the mainstream been reporting.
Yes, indeed.
And this is people who got their own footage.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that goes to show you that even in today's with all this technology and cameras and all this stuff, it's gonna be hard to get away with stuff, even for FBI or any type of government agencies.
Yep. Yeah, it's just too much surveillance for them,
Too
and
much
it's just,
surveillance. Yup.
and then now they got to reconsider the tech. Like he even mentioned in this, the text messages as well. So we got to get into this. We're gonna go ahead and get into what
Get it.
FBI Director Kash Patel posted on Twitter. And this, you see, this is the official account with the gray. They got the gray. All the government agencies got the gray badge on Twitter, so it's official. All right. So as he said, as the director of the FBI, I am committed to ensuring the investigation of Charlie Kirk's assassination as is thorough, um, exhaustive, exhaustive, pursuing every lead in conclusion. He said the full weight of America's law enforcement agencies are actively following the evidence that emerged, but our efforts to extend beyond the initial findings, we are examining every fact of the this assassination. So the next line he posted that we are meticulously investigating theories and questions, including the location from where the shot was taken, the possibility of accomplices, the text messages, confession, and related conversations, Discord chats, angle of the shot and bullet impact, how the weapon was transported, hand gestures, observed potential signals near Charlie and at the time of the assassination, and visitors to the alleged shooter residence in hours and days leading up to September 10th, 2025. So they can't ignore all the evidence, bro. That's why he got to mention, that's why he got to reconsider all the evidence that they presented versus all the evidence that everyone else has and connecting the dots. So they got to go back and re-examine those text messages that was put out, which everyone can agree that them text messages didn't add up. That wasn't, I mean, like the way the language was and how precise it was, and like how he was texting, supposedly texting after. committing a murder, assassination. No one is going to text like that after assassination. That's just not. And then how he was texting, people was pointing out the fact that these were conversations you will automatically have with your spouse or your companion or whoever anyway. Like he texting like he's texting to a stranger. So it didn't even make sense. It really didn't add up. It really didn't add up. So he said some details are known today, while others are still being pursued to ensure every possibility is considered. Our primary focus is to complete this investigation and deliver justice, to protect the integrity of the investigation and subsequent prosecution. We cannot release every piece of information we have to the public right now. We will ensure every question is addressed at the appropriate moment. So this is Patel, Kash Patel, director of the FBI, announced on his X, slash Twitter that all is more evidence has emerged that they got to comb through because the initial stuff they put out just didn't add up. It didn't. So and we're gonna get into this video too, where they released the body cam footage of 2022 where this Tyler Robinson guy got in a car accident, and how he talks here versus how those text messages was just didn't add up. It really didn't. So before we get into that, I want to jump into this video right here because this person here posted a video of footage of someone on the roof on the opposite side, on the right side of Charlie Kirk, where people are speculating where the shot came from. So I want to play this video. Let me grab this video for y'all real quick.
Different angle, suggesting that there is another person on a different roof. This camera swipes by the Woodbury building, which is on the right side of where Charlie Kirk was sitting. The reported timestamp on this video is 12:06 p.m., suggesting that this video was taken about 17 minutes before Charlie got shot. In the video, you can clearly see a black mass appear on top of the Woodbury building roof. Check it out.
This is in real time. You can see it right there. Look. Yes, they ain't say they gotta reconsider all this information that's emerging online. They gotta look into all this. They can't just ignore that somebody was on the roof on the opposite side. You can clearly see that somebody on the roof over there. I'm gonna let it play again. Let me bring it back for y'all. For y'all that just coming in. This is more footage of
Yeah.
someone on the opposite
A
side of
new
the roof.
video is circulating showing a different angle, suggesting that there is another person on a different roof. This camera swipes by the Woodbury building, which is on the right side of where Charlie Kirk was sitting. The reported timestamp on this video is 12:06 p.m., suggesting that this video was taken about 17 minutes before Charlie got shot. In the video, you can clearly see a black mass appear on top of the Woodbury building roof. Check it out.
You see that? And I'm sure the FBI got this footage now because I'm sure they got overwhelming calls and overwhelming submissions from people online from their camera phones and everything. They got to reconsider all this evidence here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
And
pretty sure they had this footage all along because either they terribly bad FBI agents and covering something up, or they just was lazy.
right,
They just didn't get all the information or everything that they needed to gather to
right.
actually investigate this thing properly.
hmm
But I'm gonna be honest with you, it looks like cover up to me.
It looks like cover up. It's
Yeah.
because why was the FBI director so eager that he had to put that message back out? Because They would, if they had all the evidence and they feel like they really had the shooter. Why would he have to put all that? Why would he have to take to Twitter and write that? Because they was getting so much, they was getting so much blowback. They was getting so much heat put on them because it's just the story just wasn't adding up, you know. And that footage of him on the roof, supposedly the shooter on the roof, that tell you the truth, that footage could be old as hell. That shit could be from something else. Because you gotta think about it. After the shot took off, you see everybody scattered. So why him running off that roof? Why wasn't nobody, around? Why was this like empty lot? It was just cars parked out there, nobody running past, nothing. So you mean to tell me that after that shot was taken and people was running and taking off and driving off or whatever they was doing, that him jumping off that roof, which he didn't have the rifle in his hand when he jumped off the roof. Not only that, he didn't have time to take that gun apart. Matter of fact, I got footage of somebody actually with a tool with the gun that he supposedly used and actually time how much how much time it would take to actually take the gun apart and reassemble the gun. He didn't have time to do all that. FBI, y'all full of crap, and y'all know y'all are. That's why y'all had to spin the block and post that on Twitter and saying y'all gotta look at all the footage that the new evidence that emerged. So let me switch to this real quick. Let
How
me
are
switch.
random people online are better at investigating crime than the actual FBI? That's the
That's
problem
FBI.
here.
Yeah, it is.
They shouldn't be getting paid nothing
Fact. Nothing,
if they
bro.
can't. Yeah,
Facts.
because I mean, in normal, if people can't do their jobs right, you usually get fired.
That's a
like,
fact.
like what the hell?
That's a fact.
They just
Right.
accept the first old thing that come out there,
Anything that come on.
yeah, or they made it up, Like, I don't understand how they missed all this information during the investigation.
Right. It's because they lazy, or they was just trying to bank on the fact that it was going to play off the ignorance of people just not asking questions, thinking people wasn't going to ask questions. Now, and mind you, the crime scene, they didn't trampled all over that crime scene. Like when stuff like that happened, they supposed to, yellow tape off the scene, look, possibly look for the bullet and everything. Like they didn't trample all over that crime scene. The dude that grabbed the chair that Charlie got shot in, stood up on top of it, grabbed the camera that was in the back. Like they just messed the whole crime scene up.
The dude they got running off the roof is the decoy.
Decoy. Facts.
Like it could have been an operation. It could have been like 4 or 5 or to 10 people out there for that operation,
Facts.
and everybody had a job to do out there.
Right. Fact. Because why would the FBI have to spin a block and say it's be more accomplices? It's possibly could be more people involved.
Yeah, we said that from the beginning.
Facts. Facts. Yep. I'm trying to find this footage real quick. Of the dude. Matter of fact, before we even get into that, let me go ahead and switch to this real quick because let me switch to this. Hold on. Make sure y'all double tap the screen and like this video too. All right, so this channel here, Valhalla VFT, actually pulled a video up of someone actually demonstrating with the impact of a bullet that they claim that Charlie was shot by, the gun that he was shot by, what type of impact that bullet would cause if he really got shot with that type of gun. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me blow this up for y'all and then make sure the sound is good too. You good on sound? Oh, let me
Nah,
remove this video. Hold on.
yeah, I was
Let
about
me
to say,
remove
yeah,
this
there's
video
no.
too. Hold on. My bad, y'all. Let me remove this video. Bring this up. All right. Here we go. That's my bad, y'all. Trying to do a lot of things at once because I got a lot of videos lined up. So, all right. So here we go.
Now let's look at this actual ballistics test. All right, so we're going to watch a video from US Overwatch. He just put out this a day ago. Very good video. Let's check it out. I'll put his link in the pinned comment and description if you want to watch the whole video.
So our first shot will be a cold bore shot, and we will just see what kind of results we are able to duplicate.
All right, so he's got some very thick bone here across the strap of this dummy. Obviously, this would be far thicker and stronger than a human vertebrae in the neck. Let's see what this 30-06 rounds does to it. Wow. All right, from this angle, as you can see here. Huh. Not only does it go through that bone, it explodes the bone, blows through the dummy. Also, as we'll see here in a second, blows through the wall behind it.
Like we did kind of also think, the bone stood no chance against a 30 caliber round traveling at that high of a velocity. So now we're going to give it reset it back up and put the ballistic plate in front of it and see if we can't duplicate that shot as well.
Right now, he actually shoots a ballistic plate with 30-06 round. Destroys the plate. Second things there, just rip the entire half of that plate off. So there you go, guys.
He ain't get shot with a 30-06, bro. That joint would have took his head. It would have severed his neck.
And that's
It
the
would have took
official
his head.
story.
Yeah, they saying he got shot with a 30-06 rifle. Everyone was questioning that from the beginning, especially the people that's actually gun people that actually shoot 30-aught rifle, ex-military and law enforcement, and people that hunt. They know that a weapon like that is not going to just prick a little hole in your neck and blood gonna come out. Nah, it's going to rip everything out that's in its path, and it's possibly the blood's going to splatter in the back, and it might hit somebody else. So, yeah, I mean, it makes no sense. Let me play that back for y'all. It makes no sense that what they saying he got shot with is actually the thing that he got shot with. Impossible. And people been saying that from the very beginning. It's impossible he got shot with that type of weapon.
Blows the bone, blows through the dummy. Also, as we'll see here in a second, blows through the wall behind it.
Like we did kind of also think, the bone stood no chance against a 30 caliber round traveling at that high of a velocity. So now we're going to give it reset it back up and put the ballistic plate in front of it and see if we can't duplicate that shot as well.
Right now, he actually shoots a ballistic plate with 30-06 round. Destroys the plate.
Now, mind you, the shooter is shooting from the distance where they said Charlie Kirk got shot from. Now, this is a breastplate. The 30-06 ripped through the plate. So you mean to tell me that bullet wouldn't have severed his head if it hit him in the neck? No way, no how. If it can sever a plate that thick, what you think is going to do it to a human or an animal? They lying, bro. That's why the FBI just had to come out and reconsider everything, because they know that what they showed us and presented to us was all BS. It's all BS, and it's getting called out, and that's why they got to reconsider all the evidence and not just what they try to present to us and try to,
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. Let me all right, so so this is the video right here I wanted to play too. The alleged Charlie Kirk shooter, Tyler Robinson, seen in new discovery body cam from 2022. Now you gotta peep the language that he's using in this video versus the text messages. Let's get into this. This is from 2022 body cam footage that's just emerged of the suspected shooter got into a car accident, and this is let's get into it.
Who's the driver? You the driver? Yeah. Can you tell me just really quick what happened?
I was coming this way, and he's just passing through, and he pulled out from here, or no, from there, I think.
Do you remember which lane you were in?
I was in one of those two lanes going this way. I think in the right, yeah, in the rightmost lane coming this way.
Okay.
And he would have been there going left. And as I was coming through, he turned in and I T-boned into the side.
Okay. Do you remember looking at the light?
Yeah, it just turned yellow as I was getting into the intersection.
Gotcha. Okay, are either one of you injured in any way, shape, or form? No, nothing hurts? Okay, do you have your registration and proof of insurance on your vehicle?
Same address. So he's a passenger.
Okay.
His insurance, mom's on the way. He doesn't have a copy right now, right?
Okay. That'll work out. I'll just go ahead and.
Do you need to be on speaker?
He's got his brochure pull up on his phone. I just have the picture of it if you want me to text it to you. Yeah, just text it to me. That'll work out. There you go, bud.
Thanks.
All right. And then, did you get a record coming for this?
I got one for this one.
Okay. He's going to need one too. He's a little leaking. Did you get one for this guy as well? Patrol 313. We're going to need a record for the 6 Juliet Fox as well. Your mom's on her way?
Yeah, she's going to be a minute. She's got to shuttle over from where she's at to her car and then drive over.
Gotcha. Okay. What I need you to do.
All right, so he used the word car in the text message. He said vehicle. So that kind of like you got to question that. He said my mom is over on her way over the car. He didn't use the word vehicle.
To her car and then drive over.
Gotcha.
Shuttle over from where she's at to her car and then drive over.
Gotcha. Okay. What I need you to do is just fill out this witness statement for me. This is just your identifying information. Down here, put exactly what you told me that happened. Are you brothers or friends?
Yeah.
Okay. I just need his down here. Just put name, date of birth, your address, and your phone number. That work just right down here. I have to list him as a passenger. Okay. Are you injured in any way, shape, or form? No. Okay. Perfect. Okay, just give us a couple of minutes and we'll get the paperwork. All right? And we're going to have a tow truck come and get your car since you're leaking fluids. You're not going to last too long.
Just as I left the house, put oil in.
Of course.
Just topped it up.
Welcome to real life. Yeah, that's Murphy. He's working. All right, guys. Just hang tight. Hey, buddy, y'all done?
I need a sign in front of you?
Yes, please. Okay. Did you make any statements to him after the incident happened?
I said, "Are you all right?" And then as we pulled up here, I had him check on them.
Okay. All right. Did you make a statement saying that it was your fault?
No.
What's that?
When I got out, I was worried, so I just went out. I was like, "Yeah, it wasn't your fault. It was our fault. We were messed up." And I first went up to him to check on him.
Okay. You said that to him?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you mean by that?
I think it was just trying not to.
Okay, because you guys have a couple different versions about what happened. So we had a third party witness that watched the entire thing. I'm just trying to clarify your guys' story a little bit.
That dude, they got him the shooter. I'm
so
sorry.
you're running
And from that rightmost through lane through the intersection. And maybe a second or so before I reached the intersection, the light changed yellow.
Okay.
So I'm starting to believe that the dude, this Tyler Robinson guy, was just a witness. He probably was told. It's possible he could have been told to go up there, and he was just a witness to what was going to happen to Charlie Kirk, and not the actual shooter. I mean that, and they going to have to. The FBI going to have to. They're going to have to admit to that. Watch, because the evidence ain't adding up. So they going to have to watch. They going to say it's accomplice. Somebody else is still on the loose. Somebody else they still searching. They're gonna have some other guy. They gonna probably pull up and say, this guy was involved with the assassination of Charlie Kirk, because it's not adding up that this guy is the actual shooter. It's not adding up. So I believe they're gonna roll somebody else out as well. Watch. They're gonna roll somebody else. And they basically set the stage for it by posting what he posted on on Twitter, admitting saying there's some accomplices involved with this with this Charlie Kirk assassination. Because they're gonna roll somebody else out. You know what I'm
They
saying?
rarely ever find a shooter. When there's a big assassination like this, they rarely had a right shooter.
Right.
They always have some decoy or fall guy.
Right.
I mean, if you really just do the history of like big assassinations, it's always questionable of the shooter they claim that did it. It's always questionable.
Exactly.
People saying this video is from 2022.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, it's from
Yeah,
2022. But you gotta peep that how this guy is versus the text messages that was put out. He used the word
yeah.
car, he didn't use the word vehicle, and it's not the same as that we know them text messages just ain't it. They not. Them text messages that they said he was texting his companion back and forth or wherever if that person was supposed to be. Um,
Yeah, he's just showing y'all the terminology, how this guy speaks and everything, and just saying don't match up with the text messages.
don't. It just doesn't. All right, so we're gonna get into this real quick because the dude with the hand signals, the dude that was in the white recording with the hand signals, he actually spoke out.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, we're gonna get into this guy too. The one that was holding the cell phone with the white hat on, that was recording with the hand, with the rubbing his nose and the hat, shaking of the hat and all that. So let's get into this as well, real quick. All right,
Charlie said,
sound good?
Frank, can you come
Yeah.
over about 8?
All right.
Want to go on a walk? Whenever I was in Phoenix, we'd go on walks, long walks with a bodyguard. And we would talk about issues that we both face on a college campus. Questions that we get. How can we improve ourselves so we can serve people that have questions? Because everybody has questions and nobody has all the answers. So Charlie, being the brilliant young man that he was, had several mentors in his life, and I was privileged to be one of them. So on that night, this was the 4th time this summer I was in Phoenix with him to prepare for the college tour. He wanted to talk about 2 main subjects on our walk. The first was the resurrection of Jesus of Nazareth, because as he and I talked about many times before, there's only 2 facts that you need to establish to show that Christianity is true.
All right.
One is that God exists, and number 2 is that Jesus rose from the dead. Because if those 2 facts are true, it's easy to show that Christianity is true and the Bible is true, and we ought to orient our lives according to it. So we spent quite a bit of time talking about the evidence for the resurrection, pointing out that, you always hear people say, do you have any non-Christian sources to tell us what happened to Jesus? Ladies and gentlemen, I have news for you. They're all non-Christian sources. There were no Christians. The people that wrote the New Testament were Jews who had witnessed something they didn't think could happen, that a man could claim to be God and then rise from the dead. Those were 2 things they didn't have in their belief system. Claiming to be God would be blasphemy. They knew we'd all rise from the dead at the end of time, but they didn't think one guy would rise from the dead in the middle of time. Why would these Jews suddenly overturn their 1,500 to 2,000-year-old religion and say a man claimed to be God and rose from the dead if it didn't happen? What did they get?
All right, the sound cut off.
Happened. Did you know in the moment that it was a gunshot?
Yes. And I had worried about this, Megan, even long before this date. And I always said to myself, if I'm ever with Charlie and they take a shot at him, what am I going to do? Because I was in the Navy. In the Navy, you always, as all military, you always have emergency procedures. You think about stuff before it happens, and you decide before it happens, so you don't even have to think when it happens. So when I heard the shot, the first thing I thought was go to Charlie, but his security detail was right there, Megan. And so I took 2 steps toward Charlie. I was maybe 25 feet off his right elbow, sorry. And I started heading toward him, and then the security team was there. And so, okay, we got Charlie. So then I ducked thinking, okay, there's going to be more shots. And they went out one side behind the tent. I went out the other side and started running with them to the car. And we had this SUV lined up, the SUV we took in, the one you just saw in that film clip a couple minutes ago. And they got him on the right side of the car. They opened the back door and kind of drug him in. And I couldn't get in either door, so I popped the gate open and got in the back and climbed over the seat. And so his Justin was driving. Dan, his main security guy, had the GPS in the passenger seat. Rick, right to my left, was on the head side of Charlie. He was dragging him across the seat. And Brian was in to my right where the door was. And Charlie, as you know, Megan, 6'4", so too tall. We couldn't close the door. Just go, let's go. So we just started driving, and it's not an emergency vehicle. There's no sirens. There's no lights. We're just beeping the horn. And I don't know how Brian stayed in the car, because we're just yanking and banking trying to get to this hospital that's like a little over 4 miles away. And as we're heading there, maybe halfway there, there's an ambulance coming toward us, going toward the venue. And we're should we stop? No, just keep going. Just the doctor later said that was the right thing to do. And we're trying to stop the bleeding. And I said, we got to start CPR. I'm looking down at Charlie. I mean, he's a foot from me. His face is a foot from me. And his eyes are fixed, Megan. He's not looking at me. He's looking into eternity. He was already with Jesus. Absent from the body, present with the Lord, says the New Testament. And but we had to start CPR anyway, so we did. I just started pounding on him, trying to get him to respond. Couldn't do it. Got to the hospital and just ran him right in through the emergency room, and they had a team there, and they started pounding on him and started putting blood in him, and they did get a pulse, but later the doctor said that's just because he was healthy. But the shot was catastrophic. Let me just put it that way. We couldn't have done anything. He
died instantly.
Had first aid there. He was killed instantly. The only comfort is that he didn't experience any pain, according to the doctor. He was just taken out.
What did the doctor say when he came out?
That?
What did the doctor say when he came out?
Well, there was one doctor that basically said, okay, we have a pulse. So we're all praying out loud. We're like, come on, Lord, come on. Give us a sliver of hope here. And we're praying out loud in the car on the way there. And then they brought him into surgery. And about, I'd say a half hour later, the head surgeon came out and said he's dead. And that's when the great Mikey McCoy showed up. Actually, he was there just before that happened. And 23 years old. He's calling the vice president. He's calling Erica. He's sending a plane to get Erica. He's talking. He's asking the doctor real hard questions. He's shaking a little bit, but he knows what he needs to do. He said, Charlie would want me to do this. And he just took over. I couldn't be more proud of that man. Love that man. 23 years old.
Very impressive guy. We spent some time with him yesterday, and the audience got to see.
Yeah, that's real tragic. Y'all haven't already, please make sure y'all double tap that screen.
Like this video. This video is sponsored by 9dayherbals.com. We gotta sponsor our own videos because, you know, we don't like to be told what to say. So make sure y'all head over and check out our website. It's the link in the description of this video and pinned to the chat as well. All right, so I wanted to get into this video here, right? Because remember they were saying that it's possible that the shooter could have disassembled the gun, reassembled the gun, ran to the wood, stashed it in the woods. So this video here, this guy actually is demonstrating disassembling the 30-06 and reassembling. And he got the time wrong and basically showing you how much time it would have took for the shooter to actually do that. So let's get into this real quick.
You might be a dumb motherfucker. This is my rifle. It takes two different tools to take it apart. It takes a Torx key and an Allen key. Now, if I take a shot and immediately disassemble this, I have to remove the bolt, remove the magazine, grab my Allen key, hit the two bolts on the bottom, put those away in the Allen key, grab my Torx key, remove the scope, put everything in the backpack, make sure I have everything, and make my way downtown. Okay, which is going to take a lot longer for him than it is for me, especially because his fine-tuned motor function, something as simple as grabbing an Allen key to a little bolt, is going to be extremely impaired due to a dump of adrenaline throughout his bloodstream. An extreme elevated heart rate is going to make these fine-tuned skills extremely difficult. I mean, just for him to think and analyze of what needs to be done to disassemble this rifle and get away would be difficult. And we're not even going to touch the topic of him assembling the rifle on top of the roof, which if you reassemble a rifle and you take a cold dead shot, it's not going to be 100% accurate. Okay, or the fact that he disassembled this after taking a shot, which the rifle's going to be hot, and they found no gloves. There's just so many inconsistencies that just makes zero sense. I mean, I'm still working on this, and I have taken this rifle apart 1,000 times. And now he has to put the pieces of the rifle into a backpack. And this is a gigantic backpack. Shout out Wolfpack, best backpacks on the fucking planet. Anyways, as you can see, this barrel broken down does not fit in this backpack. And this is a big boy, way bigger than the one that he was carrying. Okay, I put the rifle stock in here, and guess what? It doesn't fit. It sticks out. Now, let's just say, for sake of argument, that he put these in his pant leg and he was walking. These are still so long broken down that he would not be able to walk straight. He wouldn't be able to bend his legs. Doesn't make fucking sense.
Yeah, that shit, it's impossible for him to take a goddamn rifle apart, do all that. Look how much time it took. He definitely, they
didn't even get shot with a rifle.
Right.
Could have
That's
been
what
somebody close to him that could have did it.
Fact.
They got all types of gadgets and guns that can shoot real quick.
Fact.
Even cell phone guns.
Yeah.
It's even little cell phone guns that people have.
That's true.
Yeah. So you really don't know what he got hit with.
Exactly. Because
he just know he didn't get hit by that 30-06.
Yeah, that 30-06 definitely. That joint would have tore his head off, and it would have been, and it would have knocked him back. He wouldn't have slumped over like that after the shot. 30-06 would have knocked him clear. That chair would have fell over. He would have been knocked back. His head would have been off, almost off, if not all the way off. blood splatter everywhere in the back of him. It's just impossible. It's impossible, bro.
Now we just seen this man with this rifle trying to take it apart.
Yeah, yeah,
Now we was saying what yesterday or the day before that dude 22-year-old college student had to be a military expert to pull that off.
right.
And then he's showing you that probably a military expert couldn't even pull that off. As far as like with his adrenaline going after shooting somebody and then
Right.
trying to disassemble the gun and then reassemble it again when he get to the woods.
Yes, that's not impossible.
He disassembled the gun, jumped off the roof with it, even though it's not visible in the security footage. They claim it was in his freaking pants, which that didn't make sense neither.
That didn't make
And then
sense.
he took it to the forest and then reassembled it again and put it in the forest, in the woods.
Impossible. FBI know that's full of shit. I don't know. I guess they thought they really could pull one over on the people
That's
with that.
that's like insulting people's intelligence at
Right.
that point.
Fact.
And the thing is the fact that he'd be a 22-year-old college student that's shooting him because of hate speech. He would be all over the place. Like he would not be able to be composed enough to pull off that type of hit. If
Nah.
he was a young college student that just got triggered by Charlie Kirk's so-called hate talk, he would have, if he wanted to do something to him, he probably would have ran up on him with something.
Facts.
Or yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have been able to get up on the roof and snipe and all this type of stuff. Disassemble the gun, disassemble the gun, run with the gun on him, and then
Yeah.
go into the woods and reassemble the gun back up again.
And then
And
text
come on,
message.
man. And then do all the and then go to
text
Dairy
message.
Queen.
Then go to bro. FBI, y'all know y'all Patel, y'all know y'all full of crap, bro. Y'all know that shit ain't adding up. Hold on, I wanted to play this jaw real quick because it's silly. It's silly, man. It's silly as it sounds, man. That's that's just not it, bro. They sound silly as hell trying to explain all that shit. Like even the press conference, like y'all just way off with it. And people is pointing it out. Like they probably getting so many damn phone calls, bro, so many emails. So their system is damn near crashed. Cause look at all the evidence that's online people putting together. I wanted to play this real quick because this as silly as it sounds and the FBI sound, this person right here got it right. Let me know if y'all can hear it too. Let me share this real quick.
Yep.
Good. Let me restart it. So this guy just doing like a little comedy joint of it because it is silly as shit. Silly.
Oh God. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. I should probably get the heck out of Dodge, but first, let me text my leftist trans lover every detail of what I just did and why. Been planning for a week. Engraved the bullets. Disassembled the rifle, reassembled the rifle, disassembled the rifle, reassembled the rifle, disassembled the rifle, reassembled the rifle without a screwdriver while running. Put it in the woods, covered it in a towel. I did this for you. And send. All right. It's a good thing that I, Tyler Robinson, someone who has a 4.0 GPA and a 34 on the ACT, is smart enough to know that there is no way that the FBI could ever get a hold of my text messages.
I gotta play that shit back, bro. I gotta play that shit back. That's some funny ass shit. Cause that's just how silly as it sound. As him acting it out. That's how that shit sounds. Silly,
No
bro.
22-year-old college student, unless military training, is pulling that off.
Right. Like they just try to
I don't
sort
care
of
what anybody
right.
say. I don't care. It's not an impressive shot, and the yardage is not. That's not that much of an impressive shot. It's impressive for an untrained 22-year-old to go up and assassinate somebody and be able to assemble the gun,
Right.
disassemble a gun, reassemble a gun,
Yeah, like dude said.
run. Yeah,
And
I
then
mean, go to Dairy Queen right
go to
after
Dairy Queen.
15. Yeah, and then go write text messages.
with the same maroon shirt he had on when he was accepting his
Right.
$37,000 scholarship to University of Utah. Let me play this shit again, bro. This shit funny as hell.
Oh, I can't believe I just did that. I should probably get the heck out of Dodge, but first, let me text my leftist trans lover every detail of what I just did and why. Planning for a week.
Every detail I
Grave
just
the
did.
bullets. Disassemble the rifle, reassemble the rifle, disassemble the rifle, reassemble the rifle, disassemble the rifle, reassemble the rifle without a screwdriver while running. Put it in the woods, covered it in a towel. I did this for you. And send. All right. It's a good thing that I, Tyler Robinson, someone who has a 4.0 GPA and a 34 on the ACT, is smart enough to know that there is no way that the FBI could ever get a hold of my text messages.
You know, it would have been funny, even funnier, if he actually cut to a scene of him at Dairy Queen. Bro, I think I would have pressed the fuck out. Like, he should have cut to a scene, getting some Dairy Queen and shit. Like, bro, come on, man. That shit is silly, man. FBI know what the hell they know. They got to go back and it just, man, listen. This shit is dumb, man. It makes no sense. And then, all right, somebody point out, I don't know if this shit is, somebody pointed out this video real quick that this it's possible that this video could be AI generated because you can see somebody in the back walking past the tree, but when they get past the tree, they kind of disappear. Like it's like they walking and then they just disappear. So some people are speculating that this shit could be even AI generated too. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and look at this shit. I'm just pulling it up, just and let y'all y'all assess it and look at it.
Charlie Kirk roof video was created using artificial intelligence.
Palm and press. As he does, he's going to climb off the edge and then drop.
Look at the figure all the way to the right next to the tree and watch him disappear.
There's some smudges, some places we're looking to collect DNA. There's a. He did that. He left some palm impressions. There's some. Right, moves to this far.
Proof that the Charlie Kirk roof video was created using artificial intelligence.
Palm impression. As he does, he's going to climb off the edge and then drop.
Look at the figure all the way to the right next to the tree and watch him disappear.
They damn sure did.
There's some smudges, some places we're looking to collect DNA. There's a. He did that. He left some palm impressions. There's some.
What y'all think of this shit, bro? What y'all think it is?
Right? Moves.
What y'all think it is? Cause somebody did walk past in the back and then they kind of like just disappeared and shit. Like,
I think the mainstream media have been using AI for a long time to manipulate the.
well, they was speculating. Yeah, like remember with the 9/11 shit, they was footage was coming out. I'm like, damn, plane going through the building, going over like they suspected using CGI for that shit. Like, I don't know, bro.
I mean, I don't know about this video, but I honestly believe that they do use artificial intelligence for some video. And they be editing the hell out of those videos when they release them to the public and saying, oh, and then like we always say, why they always grainy when, especially in 2025 when all the cameras is clear as hell. Most cameras be HD these days. I mean, like, let's just be real.
I mean, yeah. I mean, for y'all that probably didn't know, the FBI got to reconsider. They basically saying all the evidence that's out there, they got to look through everything. So that's what Patel, this FBI director, wrote on Twitter, basically saying that they got to look at everything. He said it's possibility of accomplices, the text messages, confession, the related conversations, the Discord chats, the angle of the shot, the bullet impact, the weapon was because you just see all the videos we pulled up with people doing a bunch of demonstrations. It's like the FBI is supposed to be doing this type of work. They supposed to be doing the ballistics work and all that. They supposed to be doing all that. They supposed to be, you know what I mean? You know what can happen, the impact of a bullet if Charlie was to get shot with that type of rifle. Like they supposed to be doing, they letting the internet do all the work for them. FBI lazy as shit, bro. Law enforcement lazy as hell. They lazy as hell. Now they banking on the internet doing all the investigating, and they following the internet's lead.
Either they lazy as hell or it's a cover up.
Or it's a cover up.
And I feel like it's a cover up because of those text messages.
Facts. Right.
Those text messages, them fake ass text messages.
Now this is the last piece of thing we got to get into that wraps all this shit up, bro. Because the initial guy, y'all remember the guy that they arrested? The dude said, "Shoot me." The old Jewish guy that they supposedly arrested the first time, and this George Zen guy that they arrested, and they let him go, and then he got arrested for child porn later on. Now, why did they find this guy, this George Zen guy that was arrested? Videos then came out that he witnessed the 9/11 thing and said it was Al Qaeda, that he actually witnessed it. Not only that, he sent in a bomb threat during the time that the Boston Marathon bombing happened. This guy sends in a bomb threat in Salt Lake City. Basically, so this guy's been around some events. Basically, he's been around some catastrophic events that happened. So, what is this guy's purpose in all this? Like, where is this guy? Because he mysteriously, decoy, crisis actor, somebody. He's definitely somebody. Because why is he at all these different events? You know what I mean? Like, why is he tied into all these different events and all that? So,
well, when they orchestrate, I told you they have like 10 different people out there. There
right,
be some that's actually doing it, that'll be doing the shooting, some that'll be the decoy, and some that'll be there when the news cameras come and they can do the interviews.
right,
So it's a whole operation. That's how they set up the whole operation. And we know they doing it. We know they doing it because if the thing is, when you go, you see a lot of these different crisis actors playing different roles on different events.
right,
You know what I'm saying? You will see him at one event, like a school shooting. Then you will see him at, another a bombing. Then you'll see him, it be like, yo, that's the same dude. He just got different hairdo. Oh, he got
right.
glasses on this time.
Yeah, like they
You know what I'm
saying the
saying? He got a
dude.
hairpiece. Oh, he got a hairpiece on this time. Like they use the same efforts all the time, and they get caught. I mean, we see the people who's been paying attention over the years. We see what they doing.
Right,
It's just the rest of the masses are so dumbed down that you can't even explain this stuff to them, and
right,
they just say write it off as a conspiracy theory and all. You can have the evidence right in front of their face, and they still would deny it. They still would deny it. Oh, they ain't the same person. Like what's the efforts that was at the Boston Marathon bombing? How the hell they at the Sandy Hook shit too?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the
Not only
same
that, they
like
saying that the
why?
bodyguard, the security dude that was detailing for Charlie Kirk is the same dude that was at the Trump shooting.
Facts.
The same as that guy. So how is the same bodyguard, the same security detail dude at the Trump assassination and at the Charlie Kirk assassination? Like, who is this guy? What's his purpose? I'm talking about the arm signal guy, the buff dude with the glasses, the Terminator looking ass dude that was doing all the arm movement signals and shit. Yeah, he the same dude that was at the Trump shooting. The same as that guy. Same detail. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's just like I don't know if the FBI is still banking on the old way of doing things, and they're just not caught up to the way that people online can find out shit faster than they can. I don't think. What is it? Are they delayed up
No,
there?
they banking on the ignorance of the majority of the masses.
Okay,
Because
the
you gotta
majority of
realize
the
it's still a
masses.
smaller, yeah, it's still a smaller percentage of people who actually been catching on to the scams and putting it out
Yeah,
there. But the bigger audience, like they're still banking on the ignorance of the general public.
right.
And they usually are right about that. I mean, even though nowadays you got more of the general public waking up to this, but
Yeah,
majority is still asleep, bro. Majority is still asleep. Majority just write it off and just accept the main. Like you could tell when the COVID shit was happening. Look how many people believed in the mask and the jab.
yeah,
Like it was so many people that believed that bullshit that a mask going to protect you from the virus and the jab is going to protect, and neither of them shits protected you against anything.
right.
But everybody still believed it, and people still even believe it to this day. So they
Just makes
bank
no damn
on what they
sense.
bank on is the ignorance of the masses, and they right. Majority of the masses are ignorant. Um, but more of the masses are waking up in 2025 because it's
Yeah,
just so much information out there. Now, if you ignoring all the information out there, you either brain dead, you're a coward, or you just brain dead or a coward.
right.
It ain't nothing else. Like seriously, because anybody who have any type of common sense to know that the mainstream media be lying 99.9% of the time.
Right. So this guy right here could be a possible agent because if he's involving himself in these different events, the 9/11. So dating back all the way back to the 9/11 shit. He said he witnessed it was Al Qaeda and all that, right?
Hmm.
And he's calling in bomb threats during the time up right around like the very next day after the Boston bombing, and now he's at the Charlie Kirk assassination, and then he just got busted for CP child porn. So
Nobody didn't say we didn't think he got shot. Clearly, he got shot.
nah, we ain't saying he got
Somebody
shot.
saying,
We
somebody
just
saying
saying Tyler.
y'all sick think saying that he didn't get shot. We
Nah, we ain't
did.
say he got shot.
We ain't
We
saying he
we
didn't
we
get
ain't never
shot. We
say that.
saying that it was orchestrated by government.
Yeah, and it's more. It's a the FBI the FBI director himself said it's possibly more accomplices that's involved with the shooting. And then I just played you a video earlier of somebody on the roof on the opposite side, on the right side of where Charlie Kirk got assassinated at. That's on
Yeah,
the
they're doing these shootings. They
yeah,
doing these shootings and bombings. We ain't saying that part is fake,
right,
except for the Trump so-called fake assassination attempt. That was
right,
fake.
yeah,
I don't give a shit what nobody say.
yeah, catch up ear ass nigga. Like
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
you know how
That
wrestlers use
shit
the
was
block.
fake.
You know how wrestlers use the fake blood thing, like when
Right.
you hit them in their head, the little
Yep.
the little
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 thing.
pouch, the
Yep.
little blood pouch they use to make it
Actually,
look
they
like
use
it's
that
real
with
blood.
Hollywood. Like, if you ever
Yeah,
seen how they
Hollywood
do
use that shit. Yeah,
the gunshot scenes in Hollywood, it
yeah,
be little balloons and shit. Like you can't
right,
really see, but it be like the same color of the person's skin, so you can't, or it be under the clothing.
right,
And all they gotta do is press a button and shit, and it explode, and it have a little pouch of fake blood in it.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's many ways they can fake shit. We ain't saying the Charlie Kirk shit is fake, but we saying that Trump shit, that fake ass a Trump attempt assassination, that was fake, bro. I don't care what
it was
nobody
fake.
say.
It
Hell
was
yeah, that
fake.
shit was fake. Hell yeah. I don't believe, yeah. I don't believe anything that comes out of the Oval Office. I don't care who's in there. I don't care if
Right,
it's a Democrat in there or a Republican. I don't give a rat's ass who in there. I don't believe nothing that comes out of there. Cause I look at things for their fruits. I view people for their fruits, and I'm just looking at the fruits of the Oval Office. When any damn administration was in there, it was nothing good coming out of that Oval Office.
right,
Nothing. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Just look around.
right. All right. So they said it was a trap door, right? This is on the scene where they was doing the demolition after the assassination. Like the next day, you can still see blood there a little bit. But there's a trap door that he was sitting on top of. That's basically what this image, this video is of where Charlie Kirk was sitting at. You say it was a trap door right there. What significance this has, I don't know. Who knows? But that maybe see they didn't tamper with the crime scene. They didn't trampled all over the crime scene. They didn't went back and did some demolition over the crime scene. Well, some whatever the hell they was doing, some repairs or cover like they was trying to cover this shit up real fast, bro. Because that crime scene was supposed to get examined and there was no law enforcement there to examine the crime scene. No yellow tape, no anything. So being as though this little trap door, I don't know what the significance of this is, but this is another video someone had, posted online. Because there's a lot of footage, man. There's a lot of footage online. It was like over 3,000 people there. Everybody had these cell phones out. So of course there's gonna be a lot of footage that the FBI is gonna have to look over.
Hold on, Jared. Hold on, Jared. Somebody said y'all don't have any evidence to back up your claim. Shit, the FBI don't have any evidence to back up their claim. That's the whole point of this stream. All the evidence that the FBI claimed, all that shit is being basically debunked.
So should I read it again? All right, so this is Patel, the director.
Read it again.
He said, we are meticulously investigating the theories and questions, including the location from where the shot was taken, the possibility of accomplices, the text messages, confessions, and related conversations, Discord chats, the angle of the shot and bullet impact, how the weapon was transported, hand gestures observed as a potential signals near Charlie at the time of the assassination, and visitors to the alleged shooter's residence in hours and days leading up to the September 10th, 2025. This is the FBI director himself, writing this on Twitter X. This is not us. They the ones that saying they got to go back and reconsider all the evidence and new evidence that emerged, and they got to look over everything. They got even reconsider the damn text messages that was sent out and all that. So, yeah.
So in other words, the feds themselves don't even have the evidence to back up their claims that Tyler Robinson dude did the shooting.
So
they don't even have the evidence to back up their own claims.
Right. So it ain't us. The FBI themselves.
Go to the FBI Instagram page and tell them the same thing.
Facts.
Or go to their Twitter page or call them up.
Yep, and tell them they don't have all the
evidence. Yep, to back up their claims.
They don't have all. They don't have.
Don't just come here telling us that shit when they telling you they don't have the evidence to back up their own claims.
Right. He says some details are known today, while others are still being pursued, and ensured every possibility is considered. So they have to consider all the evidence, not just the little hairs and theirs that they was putting out to the public. No, it's more evidence. It's a lot of camera footage. Y'all got to comb through all that shit. Y'all got to question, like he said, who's the visitors that was visiting the shooter's home hours and days up to September 25th? Who is those people? I believe they setting the stage and they're gonna roll out some more people to cover this shit up even more. Because when you start seeing them posting on their Twitter and all that shit, they setting the stage. Just like with the Epstein shit with those so-called that so-called press conference with the Epstein victims. Saying they got their own Epstein list and all that shit. Nah, just say that you're setting the stage for the people they're about to roll out. And y'all gonna make us believe these is the actual people that committed the crime. It's just lie after lie after lie. They gotta keep covering up lie after lie.
I don't even think that Luigi guy was the one who actually
killed said that. Right. Yeah, we said that at the very beginning.
That's the real. I don't even think he's the real shooter. That's what I'm saying. They never gonna expose who the real shooter is. Like we don't even really know who shot Kennedy still.
Yeah, we still don't.
A lot of people, Lee Harvey Oswald was already. They already said he was the fall guy.
And then Jack Ruby knocked him off, and Jack Ruby was agent.
Exactly. He was an
Jack
agent too.
Ruby was the agent himself, and he knocked
Right.
off Lee Harvey Oswald before he even got to utter a word.
Facts.
Like, why would they send a shooter to knock off the shooter before at a press
It's the
conference where
same
he was about
pattern.
to For y'all that didn't never see the Lee Harvey Oswald Jack Ruby shooting, go back and look at that footage and tell me, was Jack Ruby about to spill it all and he got popped right there on the spot?
No, you mean Lee Harvey
Lee,
Oswald was
Lee
about to
Harvey
spill it
Oswald,
off.
yeah,
Was
about to
about to
spill it
spill
all.
off and he got popped. And when Jack Ruby did it, he was dying of stage 4 cancer.
Facts. So he was
So
on
he
his
was
way
on
out
his way
anyway.
out.
Right.
Yep. Jack Ruby was even on his way out. You understand how this works? Like they do, it's the same pattern. Like ever since back in the 60s. Like it's like they using the same
Yeah,
damn
the
pattern
same. Yeah, and then look,
over and over again.
look, they bringing hangings back, they bringing assassinations back. Like it's like a whole 360. Yeah, America bringing back all the old tricks and trades that they was getting away with throughout the 50s and 60s and 70s and all that. It seemed like they bringing that shit back at a 360-degree angle. Hangings, goddamn assassinations. I mean, and I believe the shots at the throat is definitely basically represents quieting a person and talking too much, because Kennedy got shot right in his throat first before he got shot in his head. The second shot, and they saying that was two shooters. That was two different shooters. You know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
right, Ryan James. That dweeb that they said that shot at Trump. Right.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We know it wasn't that dude. Man, that dude arms are so damn skinny. It don't even look like he'd be able to handle a rifle. His spaghetti arms and shit. He, yo, that's wild, bro. Like,
Yeah, they didn't straight up lying to us, man. They lying to us, y'all. They are straight up lying. So yeah, so the FBI posted this, I think, when they posted this, September 21st. Well, this was yesterday. Yeah. They posted it yesterday. It's mighty funny. They posted this on the same day that Charlie Kirk's memorial. I mean, on a Sunday. On the damn Sunday, the FBI had to post this on a Twitter page on a goddamn Sunday. That's telling you right there that yo, bro, come on, man. If y'all don't see the signs, man, we don't know what else to tell y'all. Just remain blind, remain in the dark, don't question nothing, keep your mouth shut. Do what they told you to do and they live. Obey, consume. Remember when Roddy
they
Piper
gonna
put
do
the
that
glasses on?
anyway. Right. When he put
Basically
the
said
glasses on,
consume,
seen the truth
obey,
behind all the
don't
messages.
like just continue to stay shut. Don't put your they live glasses on, man. Just stay.
They gonna do
Matter of
that
fact,
shit anyway.
where my background at real quick?
They
'Cause
gonna do
y'all,
that shit anyway, bro.
yeah, let me put
And
the
the thing is,
background going on real quick.
the general public is like that, but more people are waking up though.
Yeah,
Like
like you see,
it ain't as unbalanced as it was just even 10 years ago when it
yeah,
comes to people who've been noticing the truth and the people who just been ignoring it and accepting
right,
everything the mainstream media says.
yeah. Just stay asleep, consume, obey. Yeah, I mean, just do what they told you to do and they live when Roddy Piper put the glasses on. Y'all see the background?
They gonna do it
Right
anyway,
there.
bro.
You
You
see
ain't
it?
even gotta tell
Roddy
them to
Piper
do
with
it.
the glasses on, bro. I mean,
They want to stuck on the newest iPhone and shit. Cause
I mean,
instead, you know what I'm saying?
hey,
Instead of niggas' rights and shit being violated and taken away, they want you focused on consuming and obeying whatever they tell you on the mainstream media to do. If they tell you to stay in your houses, don't come out because it's a scary, spooky virus out there, or a spooky or a boogeyman out there, you gotta stay in your house, you will do it.
yeah, pretty much.
If they tell you gotta inject yourself with something to be safe, you will do it.
You won't do it.
Just obey.
Obey.
If they
Yeah,
telling you that the new something is coming out that everybody love to have, so they can brag and say I got the newest this and the newest that, you'll go consume it. You'll go buy it.
the new iPhone, new
Yep.
Android that come out.
Yep.
everything that come. Yeah, the
Yep, the
new.
new pair of sneakers that everybody's wearing. You know what I mean? The new phone that everybody got. So everybody come to the same place with the same phone. 600 people with the same phone bragging, yeah, I got the new one too. Oh, you got the new one? I got the new one too. It's a bunch of hive-minded slaves.
You said Ryan James, the Mossad Matrix agents. Agent Smith took Kirk out. Right? Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, this world is
Crazy.
crazy, bro.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
The
So let's
hive
see.
mind.
So y'all know they ain't finished with this, right? Being as though that Patel, the Kash Patel, FBI director posted that on, that means they're gonna keep rolling out shit with this. They ain't done yet. They need to keep distracting the people. They need bread and circuses, man. They need these celebrities to keep doing the silly shit they doing. They need to keep doing these distraction cover-ups. They need to roll out more people they gonna say was involved with Epstein. They gonna keep this shit going. They need these distractions, man. They need them.
You realize, oh, the Epstein shit, that's just another whole circus right there. You got people getting locked. You got Ghislaine and motherfucking Epstein both getting locked up, but none of the clients got locked up.
Nobody went to jail.
Nobody
Except
went
for
to
Gates.
jail except for them two.
Nobody else went to jail
Right.
except for them.
So all the clients who was buying, paying for all that illegal shit going on, all the kid pedophilias and all that type shit they was doing, that was paying for it. None of them went to jail.
None of them went to jail. Yeah, they basically being protected. They being protected by the very people that's supposed to be locking the ass up. Or it could just be the very same people that's because they're not going to
It's a done
investigate and
deal.
lock themselves up. They're not going to investigate and lock themselves up, so it can be very well the same people that's supposed to be, investigating are the actual people.
Yeah, it's a done deal.
Yeah, it's a done deal out here, bro.
Yeah, it's a done deal.
We gonna see. We gonna see. Watch. They gonna keep rolling out this shit. Watch. You gonna
I
see.
don't think they ever gonna find a real Charlie Kirk shooter. They gonna still try to tie it to this Robinson guy to the end. Same thing with the Luigi guy and the United Healthcare guy.
Yeah.
They never gonna expose the real shooter, man. It could be more and more evidence coming out that he ain't do it, but they still, because they don't want to look bad. The FBI don't want to look bad. You know what I mean? They don't want to. But the thing is, they're gonna have to this time because it's just too much. The evidence is overwhelming
Yeah.
that it's probably not this Robinson guy.
Right.
Little 22-year-old college student pulling off assassination hits. Calm, cool, and collective and shit. He did it calm, cool, and collective. Even though he was triggered by the hate speech of Charlie Kirk, he pulled off the assassination calm, cool, and collective as a 22-year-old untrained college student that was triggered by something somebody said, but still had composure enough to pull off a hit.
All right.
Come on, man. And then go chill at Dairy Queen right
They
after.
go get a Dairy Queen combo.
Yeah, go get a Dairy Queen combo meal with a blizzard on the side. Chilling. Cool as hell with a blizzard.
Looking
After
unbothered.
he just put a bullet in somebody's neck.
All right.
Hey, he's at Dairy Queen chilling with a blizzard in his hand and a combo meal. Get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell out of here, man. You expect us to believe that shit?
Yeah, and it's not easy just to kill somebody neither. You gotta be at a certain mind state. And I don't think no 22-year-old dweeb from out of college with a 4.0 GPA and a $38,000 scholarship to Utah University gonna pull off a hit like that and just be calm, cool, and collective and do all this text
Yeah.
messaging to his girlfriend and to his trans girlfriend, and then just walking around blindly saying, I gotta go get some Dairy Queen because I'm hungry after I just murdered
Put
someone.
in work.
A
15 minutes later, though.
high profile assassination at that. Whereas thousands of people out there, it's all over the TV, all over the media, feds and law enforcement all over everywhere. But I'm gonna just go get some Dairy Queen, chill out and
15
eat.
minutes from the
Then
campus at that.
right,
You
FBI
gonna
know
show up
the
15
FBI
minutes.
know they full of shit, and they know they gotta backtrack. They gotta basically all that shit they didn't put out. They know people caught on to know that shit is full of shit, and they gotta reconsider now. That's why now the FBI is saying it's accomplices. It might be more people involved. They didn't say accomplice as in one person, Tyler Robinson plus one. He's saying Tyler Robinson plus one plus one plus one. You know what I mean? He's saying it more accomplices, period. He's not saying one accomplice. So watch, they about to start rolling some other individuals out in front of our eyes and say, yeah, these people was involved. Because mind you, he said we got to go see who were the people that was coming up to the that was going to the house of the shooter hours and days before the shooting actually took place. That means those people are going to get lined up and they're going to present them to the media like they was the people that was involved as well. Nah, we know the real shooter is people that we never going to see, never going to hear from, and they probably somewhere chilling right now, eating a steak. You know what I'm saying, with some green beans on the side. You know, having a you know a cocktail. You know,
I'm
and all
telling you
that.
right
But
now, the person who did that shooting, they cold-blooded individuals, and they've done it before.
they done it before. Facts.
Like, and they usually probably get paid to do it. That Robinson guy ain't the one. 22-year-old college student ain't the one who did this hit.
Right, James said
I'm telling y'all right
Israeli
now, it's
food.
not. Did they eat some Israeli food?
He said some Israeli food.
Nah, those dudes like to come here and order pizzas and shit. They like
Right,
pizza.
right. Yeah, like the dude here, like this George Ken guy, this George Zen guy. Yeah, remember he got busted for pizza, cheese
Yeah, they
pizza.
ain't gonna come to the United States and eat Israeli food. They gonna like that's
Ah,
garbage there. I'd rather just order some pizzas.
yeah, this George Zen guy got busted for cheese pizza, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean, that's the people
Hmm.
that they use. What happened if he really was the shooter? Like, what if this George Zen dude really was the shooter? Like, that's crazy. They just locked him up, let him go, and then spin the block and bust it for cheese pizza. That's
It
crazy.
just seemed like some very sloppy police work by a bunch of dirty cops. Like, I'm just gonna be real. Let's just keep it real.
Dirty agents.
Right. Real sloppy police work by a bunch of dirty agents, dirty cops. Hell yeah. That's that's what it seems like. All the motherfuckers is corrupt up there.
Corrupt and evil.
Like, I don't understand how we don't see that yet.
I mean, this all you see all of all this shit that's coming out, bro, versus what they telling us. It's not adding up. So we know that they really gonna have, because people's asking, it's too many people asking questions. There's too much people connecting the dots. You got people doing better investigations than the FBI is doing and law enforcement is doing. So
And the FBI admitting to it.
admitting to it, right? Kash Patel
The
actually
director of the goddamn FBI is admitting that they did
admitting
sloppy
to it,
police work. You thought you would never see that in a million years.
right?
You know what I'm saying? The feds will never do, like, ego alone won't even lie, but they got to do it now. It's so overwhelming that they have to come
They
out
have
now
to.
with all the calls and all the pressure that they getting.
Yep.
They probably panicking.
Hell yeah.
For him to go out there and write that shit on there, he's panicking, bro.
Right. He wrote that shit on
Because
social media.
they never address the public like that. They never admit defeat. You know, that's Mr. 99% success rate.
Right. He said they never announced defeat.
Hell no, they had never announced defeat.
That's funny. Shit, they never announced defeat.
Hell nah. That's what I'm saying. So you know there's something going on now. Like this shit is about to hit the fan. Hopefully
Right.
they don't. Hopefully they don't get away with it. Whoever was behind this shit. Hopefully they don't get away with it this time. I hope
Right.
they don't get away with it. But we know how many of y'all think it's that Robinson guy. How many of y'all honestly think it's that Robinson guy? Like, let us know in the chat in the comments.
Let us know in the chat and in the comments.
If y'all really
Right.
think it's that Robinson guy, man. Cause I'm gonna be real with y'all. I every bone in my body is telling me it ain't Robinson.
Nah.
Oh yeah,
Nah.
the Vegas shooting, right? Yep, yeah, it's a lot of shootings we could talk about. A lot of shootings and bombings. Like it's when it's high profile and the whole world is talking about it, it's definitely a government operation.
Yeah, mind you, Tyler Robinson still haven't spoken yet. He still haven't confessed to it. He still haven't he still don't have legal representation yet. Yeah, he still haven't confessed to it. His mouth is closed. Like completely closed. He like Neo when the agents pulled him to the room and his mouth and his lips went missing. They kind of shut him up. That's Tyler Robinson right now. No, you know what I mean? He's straight on mute.
That's every shooter.
Right.
You never
Confession.
really hear from the shooter that they claim. Like, have we
Right.
heard from the Luigi guy?
Nah.
Have we actually heard him talk?
No.
You never hear from the shooter, bro. Even that Aurora, Colorado shooting at the movie theater. To a dude with the weird colored hair that he dyed his hair looking drugged up. You could tell he was extremely drugged up. And
Yeah,
you
he
could tell
blacked out. Remember he
I don't
said
think
he
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 was the
on the
one that did it neither.
right.
Because it was people who actually survived said it was people in black suits that came. People with black suits and masks on came in there and shot the place up. It wasn't just it was more than one person. It was a couple of people
Then they
with
got
rifles
nerve.
shooting up the movie theater.
Right. Then
So
they
it's
got nerve
always
to put it in Batman. Remember on the map in Batman,
right,
Aurora. In
right.
Batman, they actually showed it on the map when what's his name? The commissioner was pointing at the map. It said Aurora on there. Like, come on now. Like then they rubbed it in our faces and told us right in the movie. Like, come on, man. Come on now. A lot of y'all probably remember that. Probably a lot of y'all probably don't remember that. And it wasn't an edit because it was in the movie. It was right there in the movie. Like so many people then rewinded the movie and you know what I'm saying and analyzed the footage and zoomed in and everything and
And
it
don't
right
forget
there.
about the shooters that so-called commit suicide after they do it.
Yeah, right,
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take all that into consideration. We know these be government operations, bro. We know it be government operations on the low. And the thing is, they know that a lot of us know it, but they don't care because, like I said earlier, they bank on the general ignorance of the public.
all right,
Because majority of people are just ignorant and they just accept whatever the television tell them to accept, and whatever the government tell them to accept, they accept it.
right.
But our voices is getting louder, man. People
And
who've
keep
been paying attention, people who's conscious of what's going on, the voices is getting louder, and more people are waking up to the bull crap.
yep. And they getting pressure put on them about the Epstein list too. Yeah,
Exactly.
they still so how we know they ain't trying to distract everybody from the Epstein from
Yeah,
because we
don't let this Charlie Kirk incident distract you from they still ain't bring out that Epstein client list yet neither.
because there's some industries, people ahead of industries on that client list that can collapse a lot of shit if those names was to come out. And they don't want them names out. Because this FBI director got the power to actually put that shit out. He talking about he talking about the law. The law. You are the law. What you mean the law? It's just not. It's not. You're not permitted by certain laws to put the files out and all that. What law? You are the law. You're the FBI director. You're supposed to be putting out the files. You're
Bro,
supposed
don't
to be.
forget
I
that it's
mean, come on
connected
now.
because Charlie Kirk was talking about that Epstein shit.
Facts. It's
So the
connected,
same
right?
people who was on that Epstein client list could be the same people who took out Kirk.
Ooh. Yeah, because his voice was getting louder and louder
Yep.
about
Because
that.
you can't ignore the fact that they still haven't arrested anybody from the client list. How you gonna
Right.
have Maxwell and Epstein locked up for that, but there's no clients? But they didn't have no
Facts.
clients. Who are they selling the kids to? You know what I'm saying? Who are they selling the kids to?
Facts.
So don't forget about that connection, y'all. Epstein, Kirk talking about Epstein client list. And then you seen Trump, he hated when anybody brought up that Epstein client list. You see how he
Right.
snapped on the reporter when they brought up Epstein? Epstein, why we still talk about this guy? He's dead. Because we honestly believe that I know there's probably some Trump lovers in here, but I'm sorry to tell y'all, he's probably on that client list.
Right.
I don't care what anybody say. You ain't gonna be friends with nobody like that for all these years and not know the type shit they was into. You remember grab him right by the ussy?
Yeah, they said Trump had 13-year-olds sitting on his lap and shit. It's crazy. And we can't forget about Snow Biden sniffing children and shit. All that weird behavior, all that weird ass behavior he was doing, bro.
Right.
I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all seen all the weird ass behavior Biden was doing when he was sniffing, and they
Exactly.
shaved my legs, and they like when
Exactly.
I shave my legs. And they're the remember me saying all that weird
And
shit,
him
like
all smelling babies and all kissing up, trying to mooch up on little girls and then having inappropriate conversations with them about who 13-year-old girls dating, don't date until you're 30 or don't get married till you're 30 and all this type shit to you're looking like just
yeah, they
weird
all
shit. So
they
it
just
don't
all
matter
weird.
what we not left or right on this channel. We don't give a shit about any of that. We don't give a fuck about no liberal or no conservative. I don't care about none of that shit. All I'm looking at is the wicked shit that they doing. I don't care what label they are.
And using our goddamn tax dollars to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, I hate when people even come on this channel and say, "Oh, talk about liberals and conservatives." I don't give a shit about none of that. Care about no goddamn Republican or no Democrat. This ain't got shit to do with that. It's wickedness. It's wickedness under both of those labels, y'all. Oh, just because a person is a conservative, they automatically godly and good. Oh, just because a person is liberal, they automatically moral and just. Get the fuck out of here if you still believe that. Just because they call
Yeah, that's some,
themselves that.
yeah, that's some
That's
stupid
some
shit.
stupid shit.
Now that's some stupid shit.
Right. You gotta be completely brainwashed to still think like that. Because I'm willing to bet you that client list consists of both Democrats and Republicans. And
Right.
motherfuckers from foreign nationals and all this
Foreign national
bullshit.
countries, right?
All these motherfuckers, yup. Prime ministers, presidents. That's why that client list haven't been released, because there's some powerful mother effers on that client list. And they Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, they all of that shit.
Independent.
Religious. What'd you say?
Independent.
Exactly. Hell yeah. Bro, nobody's exempt. Those labels don't mean nothing. I've seen people who labeled as, the most spiritual and religious individual, and they doing some crazy shit on the side. You've seen some people who might be atheists and don't believe in no God or nothing is walking around here like saints and shit, like real saints. Like those labels don't mean nothing at the end of the day.
Facts.
Those labels don't mean shit. I don't know why people don't get that yet. The color of somebody's skin, that shit don't matter.
Gotta start
You know what I mean?
unprogramming yourself.
Gotta start unprogramming yourselves, man. That shit's all programming. Start unprogramming. Yeah, you gotta deprogram your mind. Deprogram your mind of all these labels, because the wickedness is the wicked individuals is hiding under all of those labels. And then there's good people that's under some of those labels. They could just be misguided, or they try following the true version of that label.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get what we saying? So you can't judge an individual based on a label. You gotta judge them by their fruits, the actual actions that they're doing. And I'm telling you, man, Trump's actions don't really his actions don't really line up of what he's representing. I'm sorry to tell y'all. I know a lot of people wanted that Q shit to be real and talking about Q and Trump gonna come in to be the savior and drain the swamp. I don't know why I never believed in that shit. I already knew that. As soon as they started talking like that, I knew that was a psyop. Because that's how they do. They love to put fake saviors in our face. They do the same shit all the time, y'all. They love putting fake, just to keep the crowd, just to keep the conscious crowd at bay. They put a fake savior in front of your face. And that's what happened. That Q shit ain't real. That draining the swamp got even worse since this motherfucker got in office. Like the swamp is still active. Because you know how we know the swamp is still active? Kirk just got assassinated. And the client list still ain't get released. The Epstein client list still ain't get released. And the economy is still doing really bad because they still let the market is still being manipulated.
Oh, the market being manipulated like hell, bro.
Exactly. So you gotta judge people based on their fruits.
Oh,
But
boy,
I already knew Trump was a scam artist though. Like I knew it from the beginning. I ain't never trust none of that shit. Like when I used to hear that Q stuff, I investigated it for about a month or two, and I said, "Oh, this is all bullshit." And then I started noticing other things, especially during COVID. It's crazy that they wanted everybody to wear those masks, but the politicians and the government, their masks fell off around that time.
Right.
You can see right behind. You can see all the shit. Like nothing. Everything's been exposed. People just gotta just admit to it. You gotta stop lying to yourselves.
Man, once you get a peek behind that curtain, you can't even unsee none of that
You
shit.
can't unsee that shit. Yeah, you can't unsee it.
Once
And
you
you
wake
know
up to
everybody who's in that Oval Office is compromised.
Yep.
Somebody said FBI's Messiah operation. It's always them against us. Facts.
Of course.
Facts.
They there just to protect special interests. They don't give a shit about the people.
Facts. They damn sure don't.
When J. Edgar Hoover created these damn FBI groups and all that shit was to go after the people that was going up, that was competition for the government, people that was going up against them.
Facts.
That shit was never about the people.
Hell nah.
Y'all know that. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of smart cookies in here that know that when J. Edgar Hoover created the FBI, he knew it was against organized crime. Everybody here should know that. That's 101. That shit was never created about protecting the people. That's about protecting special interests.
It's all a show. Yep.
Right. Going to the show.
Yep. Somebody says it's all a show. Hell yeah, it's all a show. It's a show for us. Y'all gotta understand. It's them against us, and it's a show for us to keep us in line. They make it look like they're against each other. They make it look like it's the liberals versus the conservatives. It's, you know what I mean? It's the left versus the right.
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
for the
Christian
slaves.
versus the Jews and all. That's just for the slaves. But that
The
1%,
working class
that
slave.
power structure that they have in place that's actually telling the world what to do, they're not really against each other. They all got one common goal, even though sometimes a fight might break out amongst them, but they ain't gonna let it break out to the point where it messes up their power
Yeah,
structure
yeah. Every once
that
in a
they
while,
have over
somebody
the
gets shot
world.
at. Every once in a while, somebody gets shot at the crap game, at the crap table. You know what I'm saying? Like Spider. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Once in a
yeah.
while,
Every
somebody
once
gets
in
shot at the
yeah,
crap game, bro. But when it's time for them to team up, it's them against the people
facts.
because they're all invested in the power structure.
Right. And that's basically keeping people like us out while they control the world through fake money, manipulate
Pyramid
the
scheme.
market. Yep. Pyramid scheme with the fake banking systems. It's the banking systems that's how they're able to get their tentacles. See, that's the base of their power structure is those central banks. That's how they get their tentacles into everything. And then from that the corporations. So it's the banks and the corporations. That's how they get their tentacles into the world, and they manipulate the market over and over again. And they able to do it through because the government is in on it too. The world government is in on it too. So they're able to regulate. And the regulations always benefit the banks and the corporations.
Right. How about the UN having the UN having the 80th year anniversary in New York? They've been flown all the world leaders into New York to celebrate their 80th year anniversary at the UN building. That's, mind you, owned by the Rockefellers.
Yeah, and
You know
they
what I'm saying?
basically able to afford all that because of the sweat off the slaves' back, which is the general public. While the general public have to work 3 and 4 jobs just to get basic, just to live basically, just to live basic, they get to live in luxury by just telling us what to do. Like you gotta think about that. Like you gotta think about what's happening out here. Like, what are we paying all these motherfuckers all this money for? Like these government officials, and I'm talking globally. I'm not even just talking about the United States. Why we kick up all this money to the government? They not keeping shit. They not keeping shit in place for us. They keeping shit in place for them. They using our
Yeah,
money, our labor
it's
to
organized crime.
basically so they can live in luxury while the rest of us live like shit. Like you gotta think about that. Like why are we still continuing to let this happen? Why we continue to let this
You
happen?
said
Like
that
we
it all
living
goes
like
to
shit.
Israel.
We gotta struggle just to live comfortably, but they get to live in luxurious with our tax dollars, our work, and they don't do shit but just make rules that only benefit them. Why are we still going through this? Why are we still accepting this globally? Why are we still accept this bullshit from our governments? And I don't want to
Uh,
hear that shit. Oh, our taxes go to build the roads and all. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Those roads are still fucked up out there, and they taxing us more for those to drive on those roads. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Why are we still letting them take advantage of us like this? Because if you was giving your neighbor money to take care of your house or whatever like that, and they started fucking up and taking the money and not doing the job and actually doing things to hurt your property, you'll be after them. You'll be trying to take them to court. You'll probably be trying to physically hurt them, and you damn sure ain't gonna give them no more money to manage your property. So why are we letting this corrupt ass government do this? Are we that much of cowards to keep letting them these corrupt motherfuckers like look at this. This FBI guy is admitting that they investigation that they're sloppy and lazy with this investigation with Kirk on Charlie Kirk. They admitting to it. Basically, they
fact.
using our tax dollars to investigate this shit, right? All the manpower that they got, all the hours and shit that they work is paid through tax dollars, right? And you
Yep.
mean to tell me that people on the internet, just random people on the internet is doing a better investigation than you are, and you the FBI that's getting all the tax dollars? Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. I ain't trying to look. Why are we still paying them? Yeah, I mean,
Yo,
most people get mad if they hire. Most people get mad if they hire somebody to cut their lawn and they don't cut all the weeds and shit. They already ready to fire people. But us as the people that's giving the government trillions of dollars, we just allowing them to F our money up. We allow them to F our country up. We allow them to kill people and all this extra stuff. Go to war, start all these wars that none of us agree with, all with our money, and fund people like Epstein with our money. Yeah, funding people like Epstein with our tax dollars,
bro,
and we still paying these motherfuckers.
it's crazy
Why?
that the FBI got to follow people on the internet's lead. Like you got people right now that's picking apart this case and connecting dots, and the FBI got to follow the lead of people. You know what I mean? Just by listening to podcasts and like FBI literally right now got to listen to podcasts. They got to, examine the evidence that's being sent in by people and all that shit. Like they not doing no thorough investigation at all. They full of shit up there. That's why
Fact.
they was drilling Patel ass up there at the Congress, even though I know they was putting on the show. But like, you know what I mean? Like if you look at this shit in the way this Epstein shit playing out too, like
Fact.
bro, you the FBI director. You mean to tell me you can't release the Epstein files, bro? You're the lead director of the FBI, bro. That don't make no sense.
Shout out to Ham for the $5 super chat. It said class struggle, not left versus right, white versus black. Our labor is being used to make the ruling elites even more rich, uplift the majority, and stop screwing us. Facts.
Facts. That's a fact. That we got one that can see.
Right, we got one
Hold
that
on,
can see.
let me put the Roddy Piper glasses back on in the back. We
Put
got
them Jones back
hold on.
on.
We got one that can see.
Got one that can see.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to this dude, this James Gall too. He said, "Look at Congress. Look at Congress net worth. Everyone is a multi-millionaire making 144K per year. Exactly. We need to start paying. Congress is what makes. I mean, they the ones that approve most of the laws and all the shit, like the supreme laws and shit that go. And look how much money they making. They completely detached from the day-to-day American. Like, how are they able to make decisions for the day-to-day American that's struggling? And these motherfuckers been millionaires as long as they've been in Congress. And some of these motherfuckers been in Congress since we were babies.
They was born into that shit.
Right. These old ass dinosaurs, multi-millionaires making decisions for people who's living paycheck to paycheck. Like, let's put this shit into perspective, y'all. Why are we still allowing these people to rule our lives?
Got one that can see.
Why are we still allowing these people to rule our lives, y'all? Why we give them so much money? We give them so much tax dollars, so much work. People be working their whole life, 50, 60 years, working nonstop to give most of their money to this corrupt ass government. That is send your money over to Israel and the Ukraine, and Israel is using it to basically mass genocide people from Palestine, and we sending all of our tax dollars over there. Like, we're literally working for them. Like, we ain't even in the tax dollar. Like, we supposed to, we behind, we in debt. So all of our tax dollars don't even go to, ain't even being used to pay the debt off. It's
That's still in the high shit. Let me see something.
Yeah, that our government caused. Like, how are we still hiring them to do a job and they got us in debt? Trillions of dollars in debt, and we still trusting our money to go to this wicked government. And they got us in trillions of dollars of debt.
Yeah,
like, we're suckers. Yo, we're suckers though. Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah.
We keep giving they supposed to be investing our money and making sure things run smoothly, and we trillions of dollars in debt. And we still allowing them to handle our money. Are we not now? I don't care if you Democrat or Republican. You have to agree with this. You have to agree with this.
Right,
we're trillions of dollars of debt, and they still sending trillions of dollars over to Israel and the Ukraine.
Right.
Your tax dollars that you work hard for, Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal, independent, whatever the hell ticket you run on. They effing up both of y'all money.
Look at that look at that debt. $37 trillion. Look at all that debt on the clock. This is the debt clock in real time. Look at all that debt, bro.
Yeah, we suckers. The working man is a sucker.
They will have to actually they would have to put this on the they would actually have to put this on the tokenize the debt, put it on
Sonny from Bronxtel was right, bro.
Working man's a sucker.
Sonny from Bronxtel was right, bro. The working man is a sucker. The working man is a sucker. And we think, oh, the way to change it is to go out there and vote. How? We've been voting left and right all these decades, and we still trillions of dollars in debt. And what we get at the end, one side blaming the other. That's all we get at the end. One side blaming the other, but nothing gets done. Do you know how slow
that debt ceiling is high as shit, bro?
Do y'all know how slow we are to still be arguing? I wouldn't be taking up for any side at this point. We trillions of dollars in debt. Both sides effed up. Exactly. They all rich. We trillions of dollars in debt, but all the politicians are rich. And we all poor, and the general public is poor. Think about that. We trillions of dollars in debt, but most of the politicians are wealthy. Rather Democrat or Republican. They wealthy as hell, vacation homes everywhere. Some of them even got yachts and private planes. Some are our politicians, y'all. If people in Congress, some of our politicians got yachts and private planes. While you got some Americans that got 2 or 3 jobs and still one paycheck away from the street, living in the street. And they got yachts and 6 and 7 vacation homes along with a main home. They got private helicopters and jets and private schools for the kids and islands and all this type of shit, right? They got all this shit. These politicians be having loaded. But we're trillions of dollars in debt. But they got planes and boats.
Now
mansions.
Now Congress called out Kash Patel.
This is
on
his
own investments that he had in pharmaceutical companies. They checked into his finances. They said he has over $6 million in a certain investment in his pharmaceutical company, right? And he has a private plane. So now, but you protect. So that's why they able to have all this shit, because he's protecting them on the Epstein list.
Who can argue with this? Who can dispute us? Who could come on this channel like, oh, y'all spreading false information, or y'all, oh, I don't like y'all? Only an agent or somebody who's a part of their circle would say that. No general, civilian will come in here and say that about what we're saying about this. These politicians are extremely wealthy, but the country itself is trillions of dollars in debt. Isn't that a problem? Is that not, and all this wickedness going on? I mean, people who's wicked like Epstein do y'all see the mansions and the islands and shit that this man owned? And look how wicked Epstein was, but he get to live in luxury with some of our tax dollars too. Mind you, a lot of our tax dollars was funding Epstein's black operations and his lifestyle.
He went from a math teacher to a billionaire.
And then you got politicians and people from the government living that good. They got just as much shit as Epstein got. Private jets, islands. yachts. And then you got the general American struggling, working 2 and 3 jobs with a side hustle and still 1 paycheck away from the street. Like that's not, y'all don't see that shit? And you still want to argue about Republican or Democrat? When there's both Republicans and Democratic politicians with yachts and multiple vacation homes, kids going to the best schools, the best health care, every fucking thing. They get everything. They live luxurious. They live like heaven on earth. They fly private everywhere. They on yachts chilling. They playing golf all day. Like they just chilling and shit. And we out here struggling this like a motherfucker, and they sending all our money to Ukraine and Israel. All the money. While they take some off the top for themselves to keep paying for their yachts and their mini mansions. Cause don't think that before they send all that money over there to Israel, they not skimming off the top first. Don't think that when Biden was sending millions of dollars to Israel a month that him and Hunter wasn't skimming off the top. Don't think that when Trump was sending millions of dollars a month over there to Israel, don't think that he wasn't skimming off the top. Don't
That's
think
part
that
of the
when
business.
Congress approved that shit, that Congress don't be skimming off the top. Like, don't think that these politicians don't
Yeah, a
be
lot of them
skimming
is
off the
lobbied by
top.
the corporations anyway.
Exactly. So they skimming off the top of the taxpayers' dollars, and they getting paid from lobbying to corporations. That's why they able to have yachts and mansions and vacation homes and private jets and helicopters, because they get money from the corporations that they lobby and tax dollars. And we still believe them, huh? You still a proud Democrat or a proud conservative, huh?
You remember
You still think your political party ain't corrupt, just as corrupt as the other one.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. I don't get it. Nobody can dispute this. Nobody could come in here. I don't give a fuck if you liberal, Democrat. Nobody could come in. You realize nobody could come in here and say anything about what we're saying. Nobody can say nobody can say, no, that's not true. Trump is the best. And you can't even come in here and say that shit right now. You can't come in here and say that right now. You can't come in here and say, oh, Biden and Kamala, they was the best. Nope, you can't say that neither. Because we was trillions of dollars in debt when Biden administration was in there, and we still trillions of dollars in debt with Trump administration being in there. There was trillions of dollars of debt when Obama was in there. Trillions of dollars of debt when Bush was in there. Trillions of dollars of debt when Clinton was in there. Trillions of dollars of debt when Bush Senior was in there.
Yeah, Daddy Bush.
Trillions of dollars in debt even when Reagan was in there. And we keep going back and back and back, and motherfuckers were still in debt. But they all still lived good. Reagan lived good, Bush lived good, Clinton lived good. You know what I'm saying? Obama lived good.
They still living good.
That's what I'm saying. Multi-millionaires. They multi-millionaires. All of them. And they want to preach to us like we got a fair chance. Like, oh yeah, this the land of opportunity. Not with all them goddamn government regulations. You can't even make generational wealth. It's hard to even make generational wealth now because of how these fucking taxes are and all this government regulation. And you damn sure ain't gonna make no generational wealth working for the system or working for one of these goddamn corporations. They gonna keep giving you just enough to where you gotta come back to them.
Come back. Right. They give you just enough till you come back. Right. They give you just enough to where you gotta come back.
Why don't we see this yet?
I don't think that listen. the people feeling it. They ain't only seeing it, but they feeling it. I mean, you just ain't. It ain't the same now. People out here is financially struggling due to the economy, so they actually feeling that shit right now. You know what I mean? You got to work 2, 3 jobs just to maintain the shit. You know what I mean? The market is being manipulated. They ain't letting the market be free. They regulating the shit out of every business.
Facts.
They regulating people out of business. Shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So people feeling it, but people sitting around waiting for a savior instead of saving themselves. I got news for y'all. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
There's no savior coming to save you. If y'all thought Trump was coming in there to save you, you got it wrong, buddy.
No, he thought Q and he thought he was coming to drain the swamp. And
you think
Tom Hanks is arrested and all of them is arrested for
any of the
pedophilia and
politicians,
all of them.
ain't no
All that
politicians
lying
there.
ass shit that the people was talking about.
Listen, all them politicians skimming at the top from Washington D.C. down to your local politician. They all skimming off the top because this right around this time where it's crucial and inflation is high as shit. That's gonna create more people stealing. So yeah, they're gonna steal they're gonna steal for themselves. They're gonna steal for their friends. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why they trying to usher in cryptocurrency so fast because
To
we can
pay off the
handle.
debt.
Yeah, we can handle this debt right here. It will have to be
A new
cryptocurrency.
made up fake currency that came
Yeah,
out of nowhere
right, a new made up
that they
fake currency.
control.
That's the only way it can get this $37 trillion dollars down to zero, which I
And they
think
want to
never
make
gonna
us
be
think
changed.
that crypto is so decentralized that it can't be controlled when it's already controlled. The crypto is just as controlled as any other money. Probably even more. That's the and they only created crypto to erase the debt.
X.
Cause as soon as the debt crisis happened when Obama was in there in 2008, that's when they created Bitcoin in 2009. So
Yep.
they already created Bitcoin with the mindset that we're gonna bail ourselves out, bail the world out so we could get everybody on this digital money and eventually become cashless. That was always the plan.
The plan. Yeah, that was the whole plan.
That was always the plan from the beginning. Crypto was always the plan. The crypto has been the plan for over a decade, but they ain't let us know yet. And they created the debt. They created the debt crisis in 2008 that happened.
Well, the credit system was the training wheels. You know what I mean? Yeah, the whole credit system was set up as training wheels to get us to this point here. Yep. Yes, indeed. I remember when credit cards came about and they was doing all that, them goddamn commercials in the '80s and shit like that. All the credit card commercials or little demonstrations where you motherfuckers was walking into McDonald's, buying McDonald's on credit cards and shit like that. Remember those goddamn commercials, the little infomercials they used to, you know what I mean, to sell everybody on? Watch it.
Yeah, I remember.
Them walking up in department stores, they're like, humorous and marvelous. Like you could just go in and buy a whole damn TV with your credit card. People was all marveled at that shit. Like, what? You could just use a credit card to just go in there and buy a whole TV, and like people was marveled at that shit. That's what they doing with crypto now. Crypto, people's marveling how crypto is working and shit. It's the same. It's the training wheels. That whole credit shit was the training wheels to get us to this point.
And they only created the credit shit to basically have infinite money for themselves off of fractional reserve banking and that type of shit, and then also to be able to track all of our transactions. Because because just think about it, if you put everything on a credit card, all your transactions is being tracked.
Yep.
They wasn't able to do that before, because when you pay in cash, it's harder to track. It's harder to track people when you just using cash. So the credit system
and it's
was a
harder to
perfect
track,
system.
and it's harder to tax people when you're using.
Well, that's the point. Yeah, that's the point I
Right.
was making. Tracking to tax, and tracking people. To make sure you ain't doing no uprising and all this.
Right.
It's a lot of shit that they want to track us for.
Hmm.
And the credit system was a perfect catalyst for that. And now crypto is going to be even more crypto. Oh, they really going to be able to track your ass now. People think that they not, but they are going to be able to, because all right, crypto in itself is decentralized just like the internet, but you already know the government and the corporations are going to own all the highways to basically trade with crypto. It's going to be harder to reach people and everything with your crypto if you ain't doing it through one of the major highways, which the government is going to own and regulate.
Right.
So
Fact.
most places ain't going to even want to do business with you if you ain't using one of those railways that the government control. That's what the regulation is about. So that's what's going to make it centralized instead of decentralized. Now, in itself, crypto in itself, Bitcoin, yeah, you can do wallet to wallet and all that type of shit, and it's decentralized in that way, and you can so-called do Bitcoin mining where you can create your own Bitcoin. But who's doing that now these days? That shit takes up so much energy.
You're right.
You need so much computing power to do that shit. No normal individual is creating Bitcoin these days.
Oh, it's
So the shit
and,
ain't
and,
really as
and
decentralized
it's
as
not.
y'all think.
And not only that, where they doing the biggest Bitcoin mining, that when people getting sick in that area.
Oh, like in China, right?
No, not just in China, and yeah, in all the little areas where they're mining Bitcoin, these big ass computer systems that they got set up, people are complaining that they're getting sick from that shit being in the area.
Right.
So there's documentaries out right now on Bitcoin mining, and these damn Bitcoin mines, the people in the surrounding areas is getting sick because it's too much, wave energy, flowing through that area. So people are getting sick. There's a documentary out right now on that shit. So that tells you right there that Bitcoin is it's not it.
Yeah, they
It's
not.
not it.
Yeah, we already know they gonna be mainly focused on stable coins and shit like XRP and stuff like that.
Right.
Because XRP, you ain't mining. There's only 100 billion XRP in existence, and you can't mine no more of those. So that they gonna say that's more green energy. So they gonna eventually Bitcoin is just gonna be like gold, like digital gold. But the shit that's actually gonna be moving the financial system is gonna be shit like XRP and XLM and those types of cryptocurrencies.
Right. Ham said coin mining takes up a huge amount. Yeah, it takes up too much energy, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it
too
takes
much.
up way too much energy. Facts. Yeah, it's not gonna last. I mean, we already know that this crypto shit is gonna take over. We just can't let it land into wicked hands 100%. If we let this crypto shit just land into Hitler type of hands, you know what I
Like I
mean, or the
said, Hitler
idea
type of hand.
Hitler type of hands, we fucking done, bro. We are done. Like we cannot let it get this. I don't think it can get like that because it's just too many woke people right now that's fighting back. People who's conscious of what's going on out here and they fighting back. So they gonna have a problem on their hands, and they sort of already do. Judging by this stream right here, and Patel guy had to go back and say, "Oh yeah, we got to reinvestigate things because all the evidence that's coming out on the internet." Like, when have that ever happened? That's like history right there. When have the FBI ever came
Right,
out and said, "Oh,
right.
we got to reconsider what we're doing here because
Fact,
what people
bro.
are saying on the internet"? So that goes to
Fact,
show you how powerful people's voices can be on the internet
fact.
collectively.
When I seen
Yeah.
that shit, bro, when I seen that, I said, this is mighty strange. When I first seen it when I seen it come across the desk, I'm looking like, this is mighty strange. Never seen the FBI. You know what I mean? Especially on social media at that. Not a press conference or nothing. He had to, and he did it on the same day as Charlie Kirk's memorial at that. That's crazy.
Exactly. Exactly.
On a Sunday, y'all up there working. They got the people got y'all working extra hard. Y'all up there posting shit on a Sunday. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
that's wild.
Wow.
Well, they getting it's overwhelming. They getting so many calls and so many emails, and it's just so overwhelming that that he had to come out and say something. That goes to show you, if we put pressure on this government about the right stuff, the things will get done because they ain't gonna have a choice.
Yeah,
If you
can we
got
all come?
3 or
We
4 or 5, 6, 7 million people keep calling the FBI and emailing them and saying y'all really need to look back into this investigation and find out who did this to Kirk, or we do that with any type of issue that we
hey,
have.
can we put pressure on them to get all the goddamn poisons out the food? How about we all come together collectively on that and tell them stop putting chemicals in the food that's giving us cancer? That's
Not just in the food, bro. They dumping
on
that
the
shit in the
air and the
water.
water. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's mainly these big corporations that's
Clean up,
doing that shit. And
right? Clean up the goddamn planet.
the government is allowing them to do it. The EPA ain't doing shit about these corporations out here that's poisoning us. They just dropping all their toxins into our water supply, into landfills, poisoning our soil, poisoning our land. These big ass corporations is doing this. And nobody, the EPA ain't doing nothing about it because these corporations is lining their pockets with dough too. So we paying all these tax dollars to the Environmental Protection Agency, and they ain't protecting us against all this goddamn poisons that these corporations is dumping into the environment because they taking payoffs. Same thing with the FDA, with all these goddamn drugs that they got out here that's killing people, that they allowing to on the market just because they getting their pockets greased by the pharmaceutical companies. Same thing with the USDA allowing all this bullshit into our food supply and into our farming, into our farmland, and actually making sure our farmland gets taken by these corporations because their pockets is being greased by the corporations. Corporations that's owned by motherfuckers like Bill Gates.
Yeah, all that goddamn
Let's just be
3D
real about this shit.
plant-based 3D printed meats and shit. You know what I mean? They want to give people laboratory food straight out the laboratory. All laboratory-based food products, man.
Why are we allowing this?
That fast food shit. Woo. I feel like they do a lot of testing through that fast food shit.
They do, bro. They do.
I think they use fast food chains to do testing on the people. Because ain't no way in the world they got enough cows to be slaughtered to feed the world with that type of, you know what I mean, beef. All these damn food corporation chains, bro. Ain't enough beef in the world. They always open, and some of them they always open. They never run out of beef. Where they getting all that goddamn beef from, bro? They never run out of beef, ever. You've never heard these chains run out of beef, ever. They always got beef on deck.
You talking about McDonald's and Burger King and
Yeah,
all them niggas?
all these damn chains.
Taco Bell?
Yeah. They always got beef on deck, bro. They never run out of that shit. It's like they like getting from the beef gods and shit, like endless beef, bro. They never run out of shit. Never.
Human beef. Human beef, Ryan
Human beef,
James.
human meat,
Human beef.
human
Human
beef
meat.
patties and shit. That's crazy, bro. Like,
They use a lot of fillers too.
right.
It could just be like they said Taco Bell only used like 35% meat. All the rest of that shit is fillers.
All soy. Soy.
That accounts for some of the shit that they coming up with, but it's a lot of yeah.
But
How is
they lying.
McDonald's able to use
Right.
100% beef and have
Right.
endless beef coming in? Hey man, it's a lot of questions that need to be answered out here. It's a lot of questions. Real good questions, man.
Right. The beef gods. Right.
The beef gods.
Hey, they getting endless goddamn beef, bro. Endless beef. I'm like, man, this shit crazy. We know one that should be like soy. They love using soy too, so But they be
Soy
lying.
burgers and shit.
Yeah, but they lying saying they 100% beef and shit. Now other countries are using, like you see other countries are using 100% beef with they in they food chains and shit. Like
Some
our
some they
McDonald's,
splice that soybeans with human DNA. That's
yeah,
why it's soylent green.
Soylent Green,
Soylent green. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Soylent Green, right?
People forgetting that they able to splice the genetics of even plants and add human DNA or pig DNA, all types of shit they can add to these crops.
Right. You said what's
Yeah,
the
it's
end
some
point?
bullshit out here.
I don't know. The end point for them is always world domination, control, and they want to be, they energy vampires. So they like sucking the
Right,
energy out the people. They energy
right.
vampires.
That's what it's about, y'all. It's really about
It's at your
taking our
energy at
using our
yeah,
energy so they can live luxurious lives
yep.
and
They en-
and live in
en-
power.
energy harvesting. That's
Energy harvesting.
yeah, they specialize in energy harvesting. Yep.
Basically using us like batteries to run their system
Yeah,
that benefits them so they can live like kings.
it's a vampire. It's a
That's the end
vampire.
goal.
It's a vampire system. That's what the vampire represents. Like that's why
Right,
they do all these goddamn vampire movies. Interview with the vampire. All these, you know what I mean? All these vampire movies just basically just them bragging on them. They represent the, that's the symbolism of them just feeding off the people,
right.
feeding the energy off the people.
Why you think Dracula is a wealthy king?
Yeah, Dracula and
Why you think
right,
they did it off Vlad Dracula?
facts, right,
Because he used to drink the blood of his enemies because he felt like it gave him power and he was wealthy. So that
yeah,
symbolizes their power structure. They use the masses as basically energy sources, harvest the energy from us so they can live lavish, live like kings.
facts,
And they try to make that and their whole existence is try to make it more and more sufficient. That's what that's why they do a lot of experiments. Like, how could we make it easier to harvest more energy from these from the slaves at the bottom? So they experiment and create advanced systems to basically energy harvest from us.
facts. Yeah, that's what they specialize in, energy
Right.
harvesting.
That's their because people want what's the point of them doing all this? Energy harvesting. And the part of the population they done with, they kill them off. When they done harvesting your energy, they kill you off.
Hmm. Work your ass into the ground.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because even the way they got the working system set up in the financial system, how they got that set is energy harvesting system.
Yep.
Like you only give your energy to it and you get nothing back. Like you realize this system that we in, we give everything to this system, but we don't get nothing. We no ROI, no return on
Yeah,
investment.
they just give you enough to eat, and so
Right.
you can keep coming back. Yeah, it is a whole. Yeah, they got this system down pat,
Yeah, it's
boy.
the
I tell you that.
vampirism. This system is based around vampirism. When people tell you get a job and do your and pay your taxes, that's the whole vampire system. Because most of these jobs that you get out here, you only get enough just to get back to work more. You don't really get enough to do anything. You barely even get enough to retire. So you give all your energy, all your life force to them. By the time you get home, you're so drained, you don't even have enough life force for yourself. And you still got bills to pay. Like this is a vampire based system. And not only bills to pay, taxes to pay. You're paying
Uh,
taxes on the bills that you're paying. This is crazy. So this is a vampire-based system, and it don't matter
Yep.
left or right. They both shape the vampire system we in.
That's why they call them the draconians. The draconians and shit. Suck the energy, life force out your ass. Mm-hmm. You said, food, fast food delivered to your door. Stay full and distracted by design. Yep, pretty much, James Gale. That's what it. Yeah, they're making it even more convenient too. Yep, they're making it even more convenient. You know, there's more we give up more convenience, the more we enslave ourselves. The more convenience we give up. Yep, yep, yeah. That's what's happening.
Right.
The more convenience, the more slavery. Yep.
Yo, make sure y'all smash that like button
Yeah,
if
man. Smash
y'all
that like
haven't
button.
already.
Yeah.
And if y'all want to support, man, we got our night and day herbal shop. We sell herbal products. We trying to you know, build upon this herbal shit because they poisoning us out here with everything. So we actually focused on the healing side of things since there's so much poison that's out here. So we sell natural products like sea moss and natural hair care, skincare products. We got naturally grown CBD on our shop. That's
Check out our website.
nightanddayherbals.com. The link is pinned to the top.
Man.
Yeah, we really good quality products. We've been selling our products since what, 2017, 2018.
Yeah,
So
probably
we've
like
been at
around
this
2018.
yeah, like
or
around
the-
2018, y'all. So we've been at it. We 5 stars on Google. We ship pretty fast. So make sure y'all check us out, nightanddayherbals.com.
Link is in the description of this video and pinned to the chat. Yup. And make sure y'all like this video. Double tap the screen, like this video, share this broadcast. And,
Facts.
and we appreciate y'all. We're gonna catch y'all on the next live stream. All right.
Yeah, we up out of here, y'all. Make
Peace,
sure
y'all.
y'all like and share. Peace.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightanddayherbals.com.